Hello and welcome to this Nurture Yin practice. My name is Suzanne. So you are going to need a few props. As you can see, I've got a nice fluffy blanket here. I've got a couple of blocks. I've got a couple of pillows as well. And that should be it really. And today I am going to do a nice meditation at the end. And you will also need access to a wall area because we will be coming up into legs up the wall. So we're going to start today in Savasana, lying on our back. So what I want you to do is get yourself set up nice and comfortable in Savasana. If that means getting your nice fluffy blanket over the top of your yoga mat and getting a couple of pillows maybe. Anything that you want that might give you some extra comfort. Just get yourself set up. Coming onto our back. As you can see, I've got socks on because my feet get quite cold in yin, so I like to keep my socks on. So once you've come down into your Shavasana, widen the legs so they're wider than your hips, and just let the legs naturally fall out. And then take your arms away from you, palms facing up. Shuffle the shoulders backwards and forwards just to settle in. And connect with your space. And if it feels comfortable to do so, close the eyes. And just start to notice your breath. No need to control it. Just let the breath be nice and steady. Noticing where the breath is coming from and where it ends. It might be in the belly, it might be in the middle of the chest or the upper chest. Just pay attention. As you settle in, start to recognize where that breath is coming from. And can you start to encourage the fingers to relax? Can you make your elbows any heavier? Your kneecaps. Your pelvis. And you allow the pelvis to be really heavy, sinking deeper and deeper into the ground. Now let's start to encourage a controlled breath. Breathing in for 4 and exhale for 4. Breathing in, breathing out. In through the nose and out through the nose. As you continue with this breathing, notice the belly rise and fall, and start to control the breath, moving it up through the body, up towards the throat. And then on an exhale, encourage the back body, the spine, the hips, the legs, to fully rest into the earth. A few more breaths like this, just settling in, starting to encourage the parasympathetic nervous system to connect with your breath and your brain, showing that this is a safe place. And you are relaxing into your practice today. So the next thing you will hear will be my voice asking you to deepen your breath. Just allowing that breath to be steady and even now as you melt into the ground beneath you. So start to deepen the breath now. Allowing the chest to rise and fall. And then just take your head to the right, so just turning it slowly to the right side. Maybe lift it slightly off your prop if you've got one, and just feel that nice stretch in the back and the side of the neck. And then let's take one big deep breath together. And then exhale, bringing your head back to center, and then go all the way across to the left. Again, you might need to lift it slightly just to release it from your props, allowing the weight of the head to be heavy, and breathe here. Breathing in and breathing out. And take a nice big deep breath in and exhale, bringing the head back to center. And then just lift the head off your props, chin towards your chest, and then pop your head back down, and then draw your legs in together, big toes touching. Bring your arms in, elbows down, palms on your belly. And let's bend those knees, planting the soles of the feet down on the ground. And then just bring those knees in towards the chest, take your palms over your knees, and let's just move from side to side, easing out any tension. And then for our next pose, we're going to come into Reclined Butterfly. So just stay where you are if you want to keep your props in for your head, or you could take that out, or you might just feel like you want some additional props. So feet down on the mat, bringing the soles of the feet together, and just let the legs hang heavy, allowing the knees to relax out. So you might want your blocks just to prop them underneath your thigh area, or your ankle, which can be quite nice too, or further up in your hips. So play around if you're going to use them, see what works best. Remember, you can move your legs further away from you if it feels too much, nearer up to your groin, or for a deeper stretch, bring them towards your groin. And then take the palms onto the belly area. And then maybe just create a little triangle with your two thumbs together and your two front fingers together on your womb, elbows resting on the floor so they're not floating up. You don't want that tension in the arms or the shoulders. Elbows relaxed. Thumbs and first fingers together to create that little triangle for your womb space. So you're going to be here for around 3 minutes. So settle in, close the eyes. The next thing you'll hear will be my voice telling you to deepen your breath. So start to deepen your breath now. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And slowly remove your hands, remove your blocks, and then just bring your knees up to center. You may want to use your hands to help, and then bring your legs in towards your chest and just give yourself a little hug and move from side to side just to ease out that tension. Now we're going to come into a reclined twist. So we're staying where we are. So plant the feet back down on the ground, and then you might want a block. So we're going to go to the right side first. So you want your block on your right side, and then you'll need one on your left. So what I want you to do is take the left leg up and over the right, just like as if you were sitting in a chair and you'd crossed your legs. And then you're just going to let everything fall over to the right. So this is where you might want your block for your leg or your knee, wherever it starts to feel like it's pinching in the left side. You might just want that little bit of support. Play around with where you need it, if you need it. If it's too much, then just back off a little. Make the block higher or move your legs down. Relaxing both of those legs and your hip. So your left hip wants to be trying to go back towards the left side. Your right hip wants to be really rooted down into the yoga mat. And if it feels better, take your head up and turn it to the right side so that you're looking towards your legs. And then again, take those palms onto the womb space and settle in. We're going to be here for around 3 minutes. So start to deepen your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And just allow the legs to unwind where they are. Bring the left leg back to reach the right, and then just bring yourself slowly all the way back to center. Plant the feet down and bump the hips back over so they're right back into your midline. Stay here for a moment and just notice how you feel. How does that left hip feel? Notice any energy. You might feel a bit tingly. You might even feel a bit dizzy even though you're lying down. You've really opened up the hips here. It's good for stress and anxiety that we hold in our hips. So let's do the other side. So bringing that right leg over the left now, just like we were sat on a chair. And then we're just going to slowly drop the legs over to the left. Remember, this side might be completely different to the other. Play around until you get your props in a comfortable position, taking that right hip back towards your yoga mat. Allowing the ground to support your left hip, and if it feels better, lift your head and turn it to the left. So we're going to be here for 3 minutes. So start to deepen your breath now. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then just allow the legs to unwind where they are, bringing yourself all the way back over onto your back. Bend the legs, plant the feet, and just notice how you feel. Just allowing the body to relax. Just enjoying this pause whilst you feel the energy pulsing through your body. And then let's just take our hands behind our legs, lifting the feet off the mat. And if it feels comfortable to do so, then rock yourself up to sitting. If not, just come over onto your side and bring yourself up. Rocking sensation is just good for the spine. Releasing any tension. And then coming up, you're going to come round onto your hands and knees. And we're going to come into Sphinx Pose. So you might want your pillow for your diaphragm area. So bringing that further down in the middle of your mat. And then you're just going to come forward, and you might also need one of your blocks at the top of your mat. So just bringing your tummy area, your top of your chest onto your pillow. And then you want to take your elbows out a little bit further than you might normally for a normal Sphinx. We just want to get this opening in our armpits. This is where the meridians will really help opening up and releasing that anxiety. So in Chinese medicine, the meridians under the armpits are something that we should be opening up regularly. So I want you to bring your feet together, big toes together. And then let the heels relax out. So you'll start to get a little bit of an opening in the feet and the hips. And then you can either drop the head slightly, not fully, and stay here. You can interlace the fingers, and then you can drop the head, or my preference is to use a block on an angle with my forehead on the block, and then I just settle in here. So you're really allowing the gravity here to do the work. Do what feels comfortable for your shoulders. So a lot of the time we tell you to draw those shoulders back. I want you to do what feels comfortable today, because sometimes it's quite nice to come forward in the shoulders. That can release some tension in the lower back. So play around with the pose, try and see what feels good for you. Those shoulders might want to be drawing back and down for your lower back, or forward and hooked over. As long as your elbows are relaxed, your armpits are open, settle in. And you're going to be here for about 3 minutes. So start to deepen your breath now. And if you're using props, remove them, bringing your arms out now. And then just make a little pillow. And wherever you are, let's drop the head onto the pillow with the hands, elbows out, and just stay here for a moment. Just enjoying this reset before we come into our next posture. So bring your head up for a moment, part the arms, and just come further up onto your elbows. And we're going to do the left side first. So coming over onto your right hip, you're going to bring this left knee up towards your prop if you've got them, or in line with your hip if you can. And I want your knee tracking your ankle. And then ideally, if you can, flex that foot slightly up towards the top of your yoga mat. Bring your left ankle back, realign the hips, and then we're going to stack the fists and pop the head down. Half frog pose. Play around with the back leg as well. You might need to move that out slightly. You might want to make sure you've got the top of the foot on the yoga mat, or it might feel more comfortable to bend the toes and press the toes into the yoga mat. Lifting the kneecap slightly off the mat. That can just align your hips slightly better. So you have options. If having your hands in a fist isn't working, then remove them. Open the elbows more and take your head further down on top of your hands. So we'll be here for 3 minutes. Start to deepen your breath. And then sliding your left leg all the way back to meet the right. Maybe putting both toes, all of your toes onto the mat, lifting the kneecaps. Just pressing the legs back together and then relaxing your feet back down, pointing the toes, moving the hips from side to side, releasing any tension in the toes, the ankles, the legs. And then coming back up on your elbows, let's roll over onto the left side, bringing your right leg up. In the knee aligned with the ankle, flex that right foot and then come back down, realign your hips, coming into your half frog pose on the right. So take your time because this side might be different, you might need different adjustments. You might need to bend your toes, lift your kneecap up on your left leg and then replace it back down, just to get a nice length in that leg. Any pinching in the hips, you might need to walk that left leg out slightly to the left, just to give you more space. We'll be here for 3 minutes. Start to deepen your breath. And then slowly just move your leg to meet your left leg. Big toes together, knees together. And just move the hips from side to side. And then move your hands either side of your face. Stay here for a moment, just letting the head float. And then move your hands either side of your breastbone, shoulders in, pushing yourself all the way up and back, bringing the knees further in towards your prop, and widen the knees, big toes together, hips back. And we'll come into extended child's pose. So you might want to raise yourself up with your cushions, your pillows, your blocks, bringing yourself over into your child's pose, letting the elbows relax and letting the head come down to relax. So let the head be heavy. It's quite nice with lots of props. It gives you room to breathe and gives you that space for your nose. But if you don't want the props, just simply move them to one side now and come all the way through with your arms in front and your head against the mat. Bringing that nice opening underneath the armpit. Elbows down on the ground. Notice how it feels in the shoulders, rather drawing them back, which puts pressure into the shoulders. If it feels better, then round the shoulders forward. Settle in. And we're going to be here just for about a minute, just to reset before we get into our legs up the wall pose. So take a nice big deep breath in and exhale the breath out. And then slowly from here, lift the head, walk the hands in towards you. Draw the knees in towards one another and come to sit back on your heels. Put the palms down on your legs, chin to chest. And just take a moment here just to notice how you feel. So we're going to come into legs up the wall, so you might want a pillow for your head, so have that handy, and near to kind of the middle of your mat, and then just bring your hips against the wall and then press yourself back and twist yourself around. Sometimes it can feel a little bit clunky, but once you're in, it's a really nice pose to be in. So pop your head on your pillow. And then you can either take the legs up straight, maybe a little bit of a micro bend in the knees, or you could take them further out and let the toes drift out to get a nice stretch in the inside of your legs, your groin. So remember, we're going to be here for about 10 minutes, so if you've gone a little bit too far too quickly, bring the legs back in. You can always move them out as your body starts to melt, as your body starts to relax into the pose. So settle in. I'm going to leave you in your legs up the wall for 10 minutes so that you can really relax into it. And then I will bring you back out. You can either stay in legs up the wall or you could come into Savasana for the meditation. But I'll remind you nearer the time. So there's nothing for you to think about now, you just stay here and enjoy this stretch. So your choice now, you can either stay with your legs up the wall or you can come down into Savasana, maybe popping a pillow under your head or a blanket over you in Savasana. So I'll give you a moment just to decide what you want to do, and whichever you decide, I'll bring you out of either position at the end of the meditation. So settle yourself in. So for this meditation, it's discovering the little things that make us happy. So I'll begin. Life is full of little wonders that can make us happy. A good book, the comforting smell of a coal fire, the warmth from a cup of hot tea, a simple bunch of daffodils, the smell of baked bread, or the comfort of a thick, fluffy blanket. Simple pleasures that can easily put a smile on our face. These little things are easily accessible to us and can be the source of simple happiness. A key to finding them is by appreciating these small comforts of pleasure. When we remember the little things in life that make us happy, we often want to share this joy with others. We may even start to consider things we can do to make other people happy. Sending a card to a friend or loved one by post, buying a work colleague a coffee, taking time out to watch a movie during the day, or smiling to a stranger as you pass on a walk. There is an endless supply of little things and little moments that can make us happy. All that is required is to look for them. They will magically appear. All that is required to make them happen will bring comfort and joy and happiness to your life. Take this time now as we end our practice to consider the little things that may have happened in your life this week. Consider those that passed you by without at the time considering their value. So come to sit in an easy pose now. So bringing yourself up from Savasana or down from legs up the wall, and get yourself comfortable. Take the palms facing up on top of your knees, fingertips and your thumbs moving out towards the earth, chin to chest, and just allow any tension in the neck to release. So before you go, if you're curious what today's stillness was pointing you toward, take my 2-minute quiz. The details are below in the description, and it will show you exactly where you're flowing right now. So don't forget to notice the little things, palms to prayer, and we bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice, and I'll see you on the mat next time.